Greetings, folks. Iolair here. It's Monday, August 3rd, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. Wargaming has announced on the World of Warships website details of the second part of the German carrier event. This comes in Update 097, which drops to most of the world on Wednesday, I think to the European servers on Thursday. I'm going to do a relatively quick walkthrough of this article here in this video. I'll also leave a link to the article in the description below if you want to go do some follow-up, or if you just prefer to just skip the video and read the article directly, that's fine too. So the first item is all of the tech tree carriers are coming out of early access and will now be researchable by the entire player base. This includes the Tier 10 Manfred von Richthofen, so good news for those of us who like to play carriers. Second item is details of the German Navy collection. There will be 36 items or 36 elements spread out across 6 sections, so presumably 6 elements per section. Completing these sections and the collection will allow us to mount a second flag and an alternate color scheme for the camouflages on German ships. This is what the Hindenburg looks like in her premium camouflage with the alternate color, or alternate colors. It looks like a very subtle change. It almost looks like the only thing they're changing is the light gray that exists on the current camouflage scheme, and that's what I'm showing right now. It looks like that light gray is simply, or is being changed to an even lighter color, almost white. I don't know if any of the other premium camouflages will have more pronounced differences. We'll have to see. Next point on the article is that duplicates in the collection can be exchanged 4-to-1. And then another point, which is actually really important, is that while many of the collection items we can get through the German Navy containers, which I'll get to here shortly, we can also collect the German Navy, the German Navy collection items through daily containers, but this requires activating a subscription on the collection page. So this means that when you get to 097 or it comes up, log in, go to the collection section of the game under your profile, and make sure that you activate collecting under the German Navy collection so that you can get elements of the collection through the daily containers, because the number of German Navy containers available is fairly limited, and I think most people will want to be able to try to complete the collection by rounding them out with daily containers as well. Okay, directives. So the directives here are how we will get the German Navy containers. So directives start this Wednesday, or again, when 097 drops. And then there will be 4 directives. 1 directive will open each week. So the first one when the update drops on Wednesday, and then presumably the next ones each following week thereafter. These have usually been released on Mondays. So presumably the next one would be available on the 10th after, or the second directive. And then each subsequent week after that, there will be 32 missions spread out across the 4 directives. The directives will allow us to collect up to 10 German Navy containers. And again, I'll get to more detail on the containers here shortly. These containers, in addition to some other goodies, give us the chance to potentially earn the Pommern, which is the upcoming premium Tier 9 German battleship. This is basically a Freddy with 12 Bismarck guns. Or we can win the Mainz, the Z39, or the Admiral Hipper. This is what the Pommern looks like in the Iron Cross camouflage. I don't know that the ship will come with the Iron Cross camouflage by default. I suspect this will be a separately purchasable camouflage for the ship. And then there's more details on the Pommern. So in addition to the potential of winning the Pommern through a container, we can also buy her in the armory for 228,000 coal, or by purchasing her in bundles for doubloons in the premium shop. So a few ways to get the Pommern in 097. All right, so now we've gotten through the directives. Now we get to the actual containers. So the containers will include collection items and some other goodies. There's a variety of different ways of getting these containers. We can earn up to 10 containers by completing directives that I mentioned earlier. Presumably, that means that some missions within the directives will earn containers, others will not. It will be presumably possible to complete some directives without completing all of the missions to get the containers. So I guess it depends upon what the tasks are for these missions. We will be able to earn up to 6 containers by playing the Pommern and specific missions for the Pommern. In fact, it says here that 2 of the missions can also be completed by the upcoming premium tier 6 German carrier, the Erich Löwenhardt. So a couple of choices there to earn up to 6 more containers. We can earn up to 5 containers by activating codes announced during the World of Warships streams on YouTube and Twitch. Usually these codes, at least as of late, I found, are only valid at the time that the stream is going and shortly thereafter. So either you have to be watching the stream and pick up the code at the time the stream is going, or somebody will post the code to a forum or Reddit or something. But the key here is that the code has to be redeemed usually at the time that the stream is going, and will terminate after the stream is done. We can earn up to 2 containers through daily shipments, and then there will be an article posted next week about the German Navy that you can click a button and get 1 other container. And then the last point here is that we can apparently earn additional German Navy containers even beyond these 24 by completing other combat missions that will be available in 097, and details on that will be under the German Carrier 2 section of the combat mission tab in the game. So once the game, once 097 comes up, go to the combat missions and take a look at the German Carrier 2 section to see about additional missions that will allow us to collect more containers. So what are included in the containers, 2 of the collection items will be included, and then 1 other goodie, either a camouflage, a 7 economic signals, or 1,250 free XP. And then it also says that in 0911, so this is effectively at the end of the year, the German Navy containers will also be available for coal in the armory, so that for folks that did not complete the collection in 097 will have an opportunity later to go back and finish up the collection. So those are the German Navy containers. There's 2 other type of containers, Kriegsmarine, both standard and premium containers. These also include a chance to win 1 of the 4 ships that were in the German Navy containers. These containers are awarded, or up to 5 are rewarded for completing the directives that I mentioned earlier. Each of these containers includes 1 day of premium, 3 camouflages or 3 special signals, 5,000 free XP, or a chance to win a ship. So these are all mutually exclusive. These are not additive. So chance to get a ship there. We can also purchase premium Kriegsmarine containers in the premium shop. These will include 15 days of premium time, 21 camouflages or special signals, 32,000 free XP, and an increased chance to earn 1 of the 4 ships. So another option to potentially get these ships. And then the last point in this article is about the daily shipments. There will be 10 daily shipments, 2 of which will bring in 1 of the German Navy containers. The daily shipments will be available August 5th through the 19th inclusive. And that means that you can skip up to 4 days and still get all of the containers. We don't even actually have to play any games. We just have to log in to get these daily shipments. So if you're running behind or whatever, and you just want to get the daily shipment, we can just you can just log in, spend the 2 minutes to log in or whatever times it takes to boot up the game, get the daily shipment, and then shut the game down. So quite a few details here. I know that I did go fairly quickly, but I tried to hit the key points of this article. Again, I will leave a link to the article in the description below for you to go read in more detail. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them here in the comments. I'll look to answer them or try to get us to a resource that can. And thanks much for watching. I hope this information was useful and interesting. Like I said, leave your comments below. And as always, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.